next act inspires fear in Christians across the world. They're one of the most underrated death metal acts ever. And anybody who'd burn a crucifix into their forehead is a guy I'd like to drink a few beers with, too.
I just use a lot of cliches and shit like that, man. I like to use cliches as far as titles for songs and stuff like that. Bible basher was a term my old man used to use. You know, like Bible thumpers and Bible bashers, people like that. Well, I live with a lot of regrets, man, but having the cross on my forehead is probably one of my least. Man, the way I look at it, I live my life the way I do, and I'm a Satanist by definition of the Christian faith. They make me a Satanist. I didn't wake up saying, man, I'm a Satanist, you know. Oh yeah, I mean when kids, you know, it was like when I come walking up, like, you know, when I come walking into the place or whatever, you know, it's like the kids are out there, fuck God, and all that kind of stupid shit, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? I'm more on an intellectual basis as far as that. I mean, to me, that when kids come up to me and do that, like, you know, kill God, kill Jesus, and, you know, start ranting on like that, it makes me go, man, maybe it is time to grow up. Whoever that asshole is that keeps calling the SPCA on me, go fuck yourself. They keep fucking, I don't know, California shows, man, they're fucking with me. Calling the animal activist out on me and shit for some reason, I don't know why. Last night, I had the same thing, man. They had cops in the fucking place and everything. It was stupid, I don't know, it's like, I've already been through here, what, fucking 10 times already, it's like, you know. I don't kill animals on stage. Okay, what I do in my personal life is my business. But when I'm out here on the road, making money and I'm supporting our families, and I'm not gonna do something stupid like kill an animal out on the fucking road in another state. If I'm gonna kill an animal, it's gonna be in my own backyard.
Hey, what's up? This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, and you were the one and only Tales from the Pit.
Up next is a legendary Bay Area thrash band who recently reformed and are currently writing some brand new material.
Saw them for the first time at Ruthie's Inn in Berkeley. Boy, were they belting out the heavy-duty stuff, and they're still doing it today.
In the late 80s, they released the Ultraviolence, which is one of the best thrash metal albums ever recorded, and they were just little kids when they did it.
Working on some new material, just like the rest of us are, inspired by the huge show Thrash of the Titans, who inspired a lot of thrash bands to come back. Thank God, because this metal scene's gone to pussies.
They're the tightest band I've ever witnessed, and when I say tight, I don't mean in a gay way. Anyways, check them out. We go back into the whole history. We've always wanted them on Tales from the Pit.
Can't say enough about these guys, but they're gonna really blow your top off or some shit. I don't know, but fucking take it away.
Hi, I am Andy.
Hi, that's Andy.
I've arrived.
No, wait,
We have arrived.
How old are you actually? You've been
Life
17 for like 4
scars.
years. basically sprung from me and Andy jamming at his place, in his garage, really.
In the garage.
From the garage, all the way
From
back.
the garage to the grave.
We used to be called Dark Fury. I don't know if anybody knows that, but that was our name before Death Angel.
Actually, there was nothing really even deep about
I
that.
know, there's no special
We
story.
sort of just went, oh, Death Angel, cool name. Yeah, we didn't actually go, oh yeah, that's our band name.
Because we wanted something doozy and heavy.
Death Angel, there's actually an early demo before I even joined the band, because I joined the band 2 years after Death Angel was formed, and they had a demo called Heavy Metal Insanity, and that's before I ever joined. So if anyone out there has that, that's worth a lot. But after I joined the band, we came out with a demo called Kill As One, and that demo was actually produced by Kirk Hammett.
We definitely went from being more rock and kind of Maiden-ish to being a thrash metal band.
Well, we were evolving with the scene as thrash was like being born or whatever. When we first started off, it wasn't even like thrash. We were just playing more straightforward metal. It wasn't even that. It wasn't as fast as that. It wasn't that way. We never even heard that shit yet at that point. And then somehow it just kept getting heavier and heavier. And we started hearing bands like fucking maybe Motorhead, and started hearing some punk shit more so. And then I think probably Metallica is one of the first things that made me freak out on.
We saw Metallica, Kill 'Em All at Berkeley Square, and Slayer too at Show No Mercy.
Yes.
Yep.
We were like,
And it was just, whoa.
Absolutely.
it's a little faster.
Yeah.
We just
got into,
beat it up.
Yeah, got into Exodus,
Exodus,
and
got
Discharge,
right
and GBH.
In the night, in the circle of death, they congregate to hold a feast. They light the body and they set up the ring. Children soon becomes a beast. They sing the song of all by the dead. They chant the chant eternal rhyme. The last smiles in their sleeping way. Eternal blessed by the night. Man without anguish. Man without fear. Man chosen to reveal. Evil confrontation near.
It's kind of, and then back then everything was so underground. It was almost like you wanted to be the first to hear of a new band, even if you were in a band. So, I mean, tapes would be circulated, and you would even go to a record store and just research stuff with sometimes even just a cool looking cover and just buy it. I think everyone was just really excited because it was the movement was
Fate.
Merciful
Yeah.
Fate,
Album
yeah.
covers.
Yeah.
Totally. Venom.
Yeah, stuff, because I mean, the movement was so new and fresh and exciting. Everyone just wanted to hear as much as they could, and it inspired bands like us to write as much as we could and have some sort of individuality and uniqueness.
Arriba!
I mean, people came out on Tuesday nights to support locals, and all the shows were packed. It was great. I mean, having to witness it, it was just, everyone was into it. Everyone went to shows to have a good time.
I think the quality of music kind of sucks right now, too.
Everyone kind of sounds the same, where back then, to me, all the thrash bands, everyone was thrash, but they all had their own unique sound. You had Sean Killian, who was different from Mark, who was different from Russ Anderson, from Forbidden, different from Chuck. So, I mean, everyone had their own style, but it was all a thrash family.
They were a unique band, and they were ripping, and they were all like 10 years old. so they were quite amazing to see Andy on his drum kit. Just, you couldn't see him. All you could see was his hands just going.
Death Angel came on. I think they got one song, heavy as shit. Just the whole place is going nuts. And then the lights go on. We're trying to figure out what's going on because we were a little far back, and you could see just all the mayhem, right? And you see all the police helmets up front. You're going, oh, what the fuck is this? And then the cops just start swinging on everybody. Up until they shut it down. It was beautiful. It was a great show.
Obviously, at maturity level, the strongest material we probably ever wrote is probably Act 3. But I'd say the album that's going to pretty much stand the test of time it's going to probably be the Ultraviolence.
On the Ultraviolence, that definitely was like more like
thrash metal,
like thrash, like talk about Satan.
It was taken from the movie Clockwork Orange, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, we put our own meaning to it at the time. It was more or less about nuclear war, nuclear holocaust.
You know, just before the first album hit, they were huge, and because Metallica had taken off, Exodus was taken off, and Death Angel were like the next big thing.
Where would you say the lyrics come from? What, personal, or is it like what inspires them?
I'd say with the progression, it definitely got more personal with each album. You know, at first it was just sheer energy, and you know, I don't want to take away from the Ultraviolence and say it wasn't personal, because in its own, you know, elementary way, it was very personal. You know, songs like Thrashers, we were just so excited about going to shows and being in the pit. We were that young, we'd be in the pit at shows, watching other bands. Like, I remember being in front of, yeah, we would. We were into stuff like that. Kill is one. It was another song about being at a show and getting into a fight with some of the, you know, dickheads in the pit. You know, stuff that happened. So it was very personal. But, you know, eventually, you know, you get older and the subject matter changed, but, you know, the music was still just as intense. Yeah, a little older. I still get carded.
What happened with Death Angel back in the day? What was sort of the demise of the band, if you could call it a demise?
Yeah, we crashed on the way to Vegas during that second leg of the Act 3 tour.
We were still, you know, emotionally kind of like going through a roller coaster emotionally because of the accident. And, you know, Andy was back home still recovering, and then, you know, the other reasons were just the typical rock and roll story of getting ripped off by management, just getting mismanaged.
We signed a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's a story that if you know of us, if you don't, well, we signed a bunch of stuff we shouldn't have when we were young. Came back to haunt us years later, and just, we spent most of our time and money we generated went pretty much straight to litigation. And not even that, it's just that, but time on tour. We literally got to the point where the only fun time would be on stage for that, say, hour and a half that we play, and then we get off and get back on the bus, and a lot of it just be meetings about what we're going to do with litigation, what we're going to do with this, and after a while it started just becoming just a job, you know? And it's hard. You'd be on stage and you feed off the energy, and that was natural, and that was wonderful, but, you know, it's a harsh reality from when you're a little kid. You say, I want to be that when I grow up, and then you get to the business part of it, it was just horrible.
Guilty of no crime, not enough yet, too much time, I'm burning in this hell. Plans to buy and dreams to sell. Sitting by myself, living life and loving life, but something bothers me. What to do, I can't believe.
I'm bored. What really kicked this back into gear, actually, was Thrash of the Titans benefit. I don't know, a lot of people have heard of it, maybe a few of you hadn't, but it was a benefit for Chuck Billy, the singer of Testament, ended up getting diagnosed with cancer.
And I think, I mean, it was a blessing in disguise, you know, everything that had happened to Chuck, which, I mean, that totally sucks. But on the other end, he and his misfortune actually kind of sparked.
Something good came out of something bad.
Exactly.
And to tell you the truth, when they first brought it up, I was always the one who was most skeptical about ever bringing Death Angel back, you know. I at least eventually, just because a lot of the bands that carried on from that era, I at least always felt we saved face by getting out when we did. So it's kind of, we put out 3 powerful albums and gone. And this made people think, all right, you know, because a lot of bands I think kind of went going and they kept, you know, beating a dead horse, and some of them, to some people, either sold out or just kind of got redundant, and eventually they started losing their fan base. With us, I kind of think that since we stopped when we did and so abruptly, it kind of kept this intrigue about it. So when we even jumped on stage at the Thrash the Titans thing, it was more or less like a lot of these bands had played one-offs here or actually did tours, but people hadn't seen us on stage together in, geez, over 12 years. And to tell you the truth, as I said, I was most skeptical about it, but I ended up having, I think, one of the most fun of anyone in any band that night.
It was weird because we weren't sure how it was going to go down.
Yeah.
In fact, it came out. It shocked the hell out of me as to how easy and how quickly we flowed. That's part of the reason why we kept it going. It wasn't. We weren't intending on keeping it going. We were just going to play that one show at Thrash the Titan.
When you saw the fan reaction.
Oh, the reaction.
It was the
and
fan
the fans.
reaction and our vibe together.
Yeah, our feeling even. Yeah.
And but the fans too, man.
Absolutely.
Everywhere we went, even like as the organization or whatever, Swarm or wherever we went, like any place in the world, it just surprised us so much to the fact that so many people remembered us still and wanted to, like, when are you guys gonna get back together?
Yeah.
And we weren't even thinking about it for so long because we just were like, oh well, you know, time's passed and this and that, but.
What can fans expect from the new material?
Gonna sound like Death Angel.
It's heavy, it's fast, it's intense, there's gonna be a lot of changes, it's gonna be Death Angel music, and the name is Death Angel.
A mixture of like ultraviolence, frolic, and
Maybe, from what I'm sure, it'd probably be like the heaviness of ultraviolence with the approach of Act 3.
Yeah.
Where would you rate your hunger level as far as gaining back the momentum, I guess, you had with Act 3 maybe?
I would rate that level as the highest level you could possibly rate it.
High terror alert. We're just
12 years in
hungry, bro.
It's like starving. Yeah.
Starving.
We're starving.
12 years in prison, we want some bullshit. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No, seriously.
Thanks. Thanks for the years of support, and thanks for all you've come out to the shows recently and been really, you know, it's been a blessing to even get to hang with you after and before the shows, which we try to do as much as possible. And, you know, just be patient. We're writing right now, and hopefully you'll get to hear new material as soon as we release it. And we hope to come through your town and just basically you come see us live. We're going to give it our all each and every time, more than ever. Check out our website, www.deathangel.com.